So I'll tell you my little journey, and we'll talk a little bit about Tantra. Um, so I decided I'm going to hack dating totally. I didn't plan on becoming a dating coach, but here's how I did it. I first palled up with somebody, and we were going to coach each other, and she immediately found someone, so I was on my own. And I went on 5 online dating sites, and I worked them. Every night I'd get into my PJs and work my sites and make myself contact guys. And I joined about 20 meetups. How many are anybody here for Meetup? Okay, I went on about 20 meetups. I actually met Greg through Meetup. So I went to a lot of meetups just to meet people, just to practice meeting people, make some girlfriends, guy friends, whatever. And I went to all kinds of, oh my gosh, green drinks. What is that? It's like a environmental thing. You're nodding, you go that. Anything I could find where I thought there'd be like-minded people. So I would look on Facebook events, all kinds of events, things just to plan, which I recommend to anybody. If you're single and you're really serious about finding something, just make a plan and make yourself go out, because you're not going to feel like it. You're not going to feel like contacting people on the dating sites, but you have to do it. So I did all that, and it took me 3.5 years. And while I was doing all this dating, I noticed something, which was that it didn't seem in alignment with my spiritual life. And I remembered back to when I lived at the Tantra ashram, and I realized most people think Tantra ashram, everybody's having sex wildly and orgies and all over the place. And if that was going on, I don't know. But I do know that everybody there became friends first. If you were interested in somebody, you became friends first, because why would you want to have sex with somebody you're not comfortable with? Why would you want to have a sexual relationship with someone you don't feel friends with? And that is the opposite of what the conventional dating world here recommends. The conventional dating world here says, if you're friends, you can't be romantically attracted. And in Tantra, it's exactly the opposite. You would be attracted, of course, to someone that you're friends with. So I started putting that together and some of the other things that we learned that I learned from the ashram, and slowly I came up with the idea of we could date tantrically. So some people see that and they think, what are you guys, naked or whatever? It's like, no, we're gonna become friends first. We're gonna see what that's like to meet people and have some quality conversation, and then why couldn't we do dating that way? So I'm a disciple of Osho. Everybody know Osho? More or less? Okay. There's some really funny Osho videos on YouTube. Or he has written like 1,000 books or something. He's the biggest selling New Age author in the world. And he was a Tantra master. And what he taught us is that Tantra is actually the science of creating your soulmate. So the conventional world here in America tells you that the soulmate is someone you see across the room and you go, oh my God, it's him. Or, oh my God, it's her. Or, oh my God, it's indeterminate, but it's my person. And I've had those kinds of revelations, and those never worked out. In fact, they were usually painful, because that's really not love. That's called whatever we might call it, infatuation, or a Disney fantasy, or something. But love, as Osho said, is actually a perfect relationship is something you create by your working on yourself, and practicing authentic communication, and really wanting to master it, and really wanting to get your relationships better. And all of these things create us into people who are capable of love. And I had to take a look at myself and go, I'm not finding love because I'm only half loving. Somebody came to this workshop for over a year, and she said, the last time she came, she said, I heard you say that half loving thing for a year, and I never knew what you meant, but I finally got it. And I thought I was a loving person because I had friends and family, and I had my cat, and I gave money to charity, and I just thought I was a loving person. But I realized I'm not. In my mind, I'm a very judgmental person. And the dating world encourage us to be as judgmental as possible. It's always saying, oh, I don't like this guy's not my type, I don't like their hair, they don't make enough money, I don't like this, I don't like that. And you go on a date and it wasn't someone you like, and your girlfriends or your guy friends are all like, ew, that person sounds horrible. You tell stories about how awful they were. These are real human beings, you know, that we're mocking. And we're taught to just look for people like a shopping list in a way that we lose sight of anyone's humanity, including my own. I was no longer really being a loving person looking for love. I was just doing what I was told, which is have a shopping list. You know, some dating coaches will say, make this list. Mine had 50 items on it for who you want, and be as specific as possible so that you can manifest them. And all that does is count out everyone except this cardboard character that's like. So when I started realizing this was a little bit painful and I had a lot of work to do, so I started making dating my spiritual path. And I started showing up and seeing how I could love this person. How could I love this person? They don't have to know I'm doing this, but how could I observe my judgments and get beyond that? So look around the room right now and just look at what kind of you don't have to say anything. Nobody needs to know, but just look what kind of judgments you had about the other people in here. Just look what kind of judgments you had. We all have them. We're taught to have them. We're encouraged to have them. Just notice if you would have swiped right or left on this person and see if that hurts you in your heart. Because now you know a little bit more about them. But we made our snap judgments, right? Too old, too young, too fat, too thin, too not pretty enough, too good looking for me. All these things we do. So Osho said, really, if we can, Tantra is about loving what is in this moment. So most religions that we grew up in, I'm not sure if it was this way in India. Did you grow up in India or here?
I grew up here.
You grew up here, okay. So, well, then you got totally brainwashed into this moment is not perfect because it should be warmer in here, it should be cleaner in here, these are not the right people. And we're always taught that this moment is not perfect. This person is not perfect. And Osho's taught us in Tantra, everything's perfect in this moment. I just have some kind of dark glasses on that are telling me it's not. So in Tantra, we basically try to let go of that conditioning and that hypnotism so that we can really experience that this moment is perfect, these people are perfect, and I want to get out of my way of that. I want to work on myself so I can get out of my own way.